good morning. So it is Labor Day 2020, and I know y'all, I should take a day off work, but I can't, man. I just got too much going on, too much coming down the pipe and everything, and you know, I just can't, man. Got way too much going on, man. Trying to, you know, Labor Day cannot come at a worse time. It could not come at a worse time, y'all, because by the time we get to Labor Day, you know, it's you know, a mandatory must, man. I mean, it's the last, you know, push of the season and all, you know. And yeah, I could take a day off, but you know, but what am I gonna do? You know, me and my wife, we ain't trying to go nowhere with this pandemic and all. So my best place to be right now is at work. So to me, man, a day off is, you know, doing what you want to do, you know, and you know what I want to do, and working is all the same, you know. And when I say working, man, I'm going over here to run a skid steer, rip out some debris and stuff, and make good money at it. So that's what I want to do today. You know, I don't want to, you know, sit on the couch. I sit on the couch from, you know, every night for 4 or 5 hours, you know. And I'm not gonna work all day, and there's no pressure or nothing, you know. I'll get to Budweiser and we'll go out there to that damn same job we was at yesterday, and I got some fence line he needs to clear off, and you know, keep him on the hook, and keep the money flowing, man. The money's got to keep flowing, y'all. Well, really, at the end of the day, you know, running the skid steer ain't like work, especially since I don't have to load it up or unload it or nothing. You know, one thing I'm gonna have to do today that I ain't really looking forward to doing is I gotta put the machine on the trailer and run right down the street and put some fuel in it, because it's, yeah, I could get 5 gallons of diesel, but I like to go on and fill the machine up, man. So yeah. All right, guys. So I'm back over here. All right, guys. So I'm back over here, and we're gonna. I got the machine full of fuel. We're gonna pull the drone out today too. Try to get some good video over here, because this will probably be the last day I'm over here for a minute. I really need to take a day off and take some stuff to the storage and everything. I done made yeah, before it got low on fuel, I done made about $2,700, man. Crazy money, man, that you can make with these things, dude, until it breaks. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here with this is that it's all good and it's real. You can make a lot of money with it, but you got to be smart with your money. No different than doing the lawns, you know. A lot of people ask me, you know, a lot of people ask me all the time, you know, what made me get, you know, what made me think that I could do skid steer work? Nothing made me think that. I didn't know. I just knew that the winter times were a struggle sometimes. I knew I had to watch my P's and Q's in the winter time a lot more than I was comfortable with. In the beginning, the winter is the biggest struggle, you know. But since I bought this machine, y'all, and keep in mind, this machine, I didn't buy this machine in year 2, 3, 4, 5. It was year 12, you know, that I was actually in business. Year 11, 12, I was actually in business to be able to see, but beyond being able to spend the $20-something thousand. This is a used machine. It's a great machine for a beginner. It's 67 horsepower. It runs everything that and y'all know that I buy attachments that's rated for a bigger machine. Though this machine will run them, it's on the bottom scale of that. But like the grapple bucket that you see, and everything that you see, attachment wise that I have for this machine, they're rated for bigger machines. So, you know, one thing about it is you don't want to jump out there, you know, $60,000 if you're not sure that you can make that 60K back. You know, i.e., you don't have enough work, you don't have what it takes to generate work for it, or it's just a bad economic time. You know, when you when you go from lawn care to a machine like this, and keep in mind, y'all, you know, and I'm gonna walk around the machine with you guys. Keep in mind, y'all, this is not a big boy. I mean, it's a big boy machine when you ain't got one. But when you have a Bobcat, this machine is at the bottom of the track machines that you can get as far as horsepower and weight. I don't know, and I'm not sure if they make another skid steer that's smaller than this one with tracks that come on it. Now I know you can buy the wheel machine and put those tracks on it, but I'm not a big believer in that. I like the track machine. I would never buy anything but a track machine. Now the brand, well, this is a good brand, and I got a mechanic that don't mind working on it, so that would usually dictate the brand. But moving forward, now that I know that I can make money with a skid steer, and I have opened up my business to a lot more landowners and things like that, to where I used to go out on these big jobs, these big land clearing jobs and things like that, and fence line clearings and stuff. And dude, we would do it without a Bobcat. You know, I would cut all this stuff like this that you see behind me. I would cut all that with a damn brush cutter, dude, with a handheld brush cutter. Been there, done that. But knowing the biggest thing with a machine like this, you got to be able to let go of the money. If you can't let go of the money, well, and you finance, well, I'm not against financing a machine like this. For me, I was against it in the very beginning because I didn't know what I could or couldn't do with it, and I did not want to default on a $50,000 loan. Now that I know the machine, I know that I can generate whatever the monthly payment would be. I think you can get one. Now I don't know exactly, but I believe you can get a skid steer, new, maybe not brand new, but new, and be at, you know, I want the next machine I get is going to have to be more powerful. I'm not sure exactly the power that I'm looking for, but I would say 80 horsepower, 90 horsepower. I want something that'll run some of the more complicated attachments that require a lot more torque. See, this machine can't push like you know, as far as hydraulics go. It's only 16 gallons per minute, something like that, GPM. So, you know, the next skid steer that I get, and I may get one, you know, I mean, let everything calm down this off season. You never know, man. I might buy one in the off season. That's when I usually make purchases. But this thing is 67 horsepower. Really a good machine, man, to start out with. And I paid $24,000 for it. Yeah. And look, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know anything about these skid steers, but this skid steer had 3,000 hours on it when I purchased it. Yeah. Now that's a lot. It's got the Kubota turbo diesel on it, 67 horsepower. Yeah, very risky if you ask me. You know, now that I look back on it, I was so nervous when I first got the machine that I was going to have some kind of catastrophic failure, you know, that well, I didn't sleep at night. It was just such a big deal because I didn't finance it. I came off the 24 grand cash, and I knew that once I left that guy's house with you know, coming off that, after coming off that money, I bought it from an individual. After coming off that money, that that if it broke down the street, then you know, then I was out the money. Another thing too to take into consideration when you're looking at a Bobcat, it's just my opinion, you know, and I don't know, you know, I'm not a professional Bobcat buyer or nothing like that. This is the only machine I've ever bought like this. Now I buy lawnmowers and I buy, y'all seen, I buy a lot of other stuff. But one thing you got to be thinking about too when you go to buying a Bobcat is you got to be able to haul it around. So that can take you to a whole nother dimension of issues as far as weight and what kind of trailer you need, DOT regulations, and all of that. So, you know, you start getting on up there where the machine weighs, I don't know the exact number, but north of 12,000 pounds or 11,000 pounds, north of that, then you fall under a whole nother DOT recommended type crap that you have to go through. So, yeah. Now this machine has had its issues over the 2 years that I've had it, but at the end of the day, it paid for itself in 9 months. I had all my money back, and you know, I bought it in November 2018. So yeah, not a big deal now that I look back on it, but a huge deal then because I didn't know what I know now. Biggest thing with these machines is learning how to put them in the best scenario to make money. That's what you got to be thinking about when you're dealing with a machine like this. So you have to learn about them, and you know, anybody can get on one of these things and move it around with just a few little lessons, but can you make money with it? And when you're me and you know come out $20-something thousand, you got to make money with it. There is no failure, is not an option. And I didn't have any more money, and I don't, you know, I was able to save over the course of the 2018 summer, doing the lawns and you know everything. I come out of the summer with about $28,000 sitting in the bank, and my bills are paid. Well, I took 24 of that and bought a Bobcat, so very scary. Anyway, I'm gonna grease the tracks up, you know, pump them up a little bit where they'll get a little tighter. They seem to get loose. Might be something that it might be something that's wrong with it. Another thing too, dude, I mean, hydraulic leaks, they a dime a dozen on these damn machines, man. Man, dude, this thing's had a leak, and if you try to stop every single drip, you'll never be running the machine. You know, I've had a small drip on this machine, on right here on this wheel motor, or somewhere right along in here. It's a small drip. It's not sucking up a lot of fluid, and I've made over $6,000 with it since the drip started. Now, you know, so yeah, of course it's a little bit risky. You know, you can't be going up on homeowners' yards dripping hydraulic fluid, but it doesn't drip all the time, and I don't really even understand. But once it starts sucking up more fluid than I feel like putting in, like I ran it for 6 hours yesterday and I put a gallon of fluid in it. That's not bad, man. It filled it right back up. So, you know, we know a leak's not going to get better on its own. So we know we're going to have to address it eventually. But let's just keep making money with it until and get the bank right. So when you put it in the shop, you can get a few things done to it. There's a few things I want to do to it. I got a sensor that's bad on the air filter. I'm going to replace that. Now, I preach about fixing my own stuff. I don't fix stuff on this machine. I pay somebody to do it. I got a mechanic that does that, and he does a great job. So yeah. All right, y'all. So I'm fixing to get up in the cab here, and we'll get some video today, some footage, and all that. I got Bo. Y'all hear Bo with a chainsaw over there, and we're gonna get to it. Peace out. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get these 3 pine trees right here. 1, 2, 3. The 3 pine trees. We're gonna get them. We're gonna push them over and pull them out. I'm gonna set you guys up right here. That ain't an easy way to get a tree out. I don't know what is. So, hard to see. Moving on. But I'm just going to right here to this pine tree right here, and I'm gonna clean up. So now I need to get Bo in here, picking up limbs and pulling this crap out. You know. Yeah. About a ramp over here. What I'm gonna do on the pond bank. About all I'm gonna do on the pond bank until further notice. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna try to get all this right here that you see on that fence. We want to be able to see that fence. Y'all can't hardly see it now, but there's a fence there. It fell down right there. We're gonna get that. We're gonna pick that up and all that. So yeah. Gonna trim up that magnolia tree. Gonna get the vines off of this tree. We're gonna get it where you can see all the way through the power line there. That's the goal. So y'all make it happen. All right, guys. So we just went on a cut the piece of fence here. We're gonna rip all this out right here where you can kind of see what's going on here. So I'm gonna put y'all on some time lapse and let y'all get yeah, y'all see. Bobcat.
Purchase your tracks today.
All of these, y'all can see the pond now a little bit clearer, and y'all can see where I done cut these vines. All these vines on all these trees. Next weekend we'll pull them out. Put the fence out. Hey man. No, dude, I'm good, man. I'm fixing to go home and eat dinner, man. Got can you tell the difference?